Hi, everyone. Hope everyone's hanging in there while we're in our extended shelter in place, stay at home situation that we have going on. I'm sure you've received correspondence from the district that we're going to be closed at least through April the 30th, and I believe the Governor Wolf has kind of put schools on hold just indefinitely. So I can't really give you any information as to how much longer this is going to be going on, but thought I'd give you an update for this week, which I pretty much plan on doing for every week from here on out. While we're doing the remote learning, I'll give you an update pretty much at the beginning of every week, run through the assignments for the week, and make sure everyone's pretty much up to speed with what it is that we're going to be doing. So, for this week, and for us, school officially does not start until Wednesday. So, you do have looks like I deleted some stuff. So you do have Monday and Tuesday are Act 80 days where teachers are getting materials ready to be able to do remote learning here for the week. But I'm sending this out to you on Monday night. So if you do want to get a head start, a jump start on some things, you certainly have the ability to do so. One thing to keep in mind, to my understanding, attendance still would be taken every single day. So rather than the every other day that we were doing with FID days, you do want to make sure that you check in for attendance with the link that gets sent out to you. So you want to make sure you take care of that. Also, one thing to keep in mind is on Google Classroom, which I did update, make sure that you're looking at materials, you're in the classwork setting, because I have for every week now just the remote learning activities set up so that this is everything that's going to be going on for this week, April the 1st through April the 3rd on Friday. But as I said, you can kind of get a head start with some things if you want. So everything that we're doing for the week is already posted, with the exception of your reading check quiz for Slaughterhouse 5. So that quiz will go out on Wednesday, early Wednesday, I guess, at midnight. But beginning on Wednesday, you can take that assessment. But any of the other materials, if you want to take a look at ahead of time, you certainly have the ability to do that. So I did want to make you aware of that. So attendance, make sure you complete. If you do have any outstanding projects, older assignments that would still be due by April the 3rd, there really would be two of them. It'd be the AP multiple choice project, and then it would also be the Google form brainstorm for the Invisible Man motif. So continue to submit those in. I think I've received low 20s for Invisible Man, so about half of you still would need to complete it, a little over half. But trying to give you some feedback and ideas to which examples would work, and changing any kind of order or anything like that. Your poetry quiz that you took when we first started doing FID days, I did release those scores to you on Sunday last night. It'd be a good idea that you double check in PowerSchool that your score is 3 points higher than what your release score was through Google Forms. So you should have had 3 points added for that AP scale. If you notice that I forgot to add those points, so Google Forms said you got a 9 out of 14, and PowerSchool still says a 9 out of 14. Make sure you make me aware of that so that I could take your 9, add those 3 points, and you would receive that 12 out of 14. Also, I know it's been some time since you took it and when you got the score back, but if you had any questions, specific questions about any of the questions and answers, I can certainly go over that with you as well. Already mentioned the Invisible Man motif brainstorm for your essay. The ones that I've been receiving are looking pretty good, trying to give some feedback. So continue to submit those things just so that you have some feedback as to how the order, the structure of the essay would go, and whatnot. But that, excuse me, but that final copy of that essay is going to be due on Wednesday, April the 8th. So not this week, but next week. Main thing that we're working on this week is going to be Slaughterhouse 5. So you do have your quote quiz on Wednesday, which is just going to be for chapters 1 through 5. And then the rest of the assignments are going to deal with Slaughterhouse 5 in that I have some notes that are posted, kind of discussion thematic notes, taking a look at some themes, and then also some specifics with each of those chapters. I made that as an ed puzzle, and I'd like you to complete that by Thursday, April the 2nd, where it's me pretty much running through it and just some interactive questions for you. The idea is it should be pretty straightforward questions and whatnot that you should be all right with, but just to try to give a better understanding of what's going on in the book. Certainly, if there's some things that you want to do face to face, through Zoom meeting, we could do that. And if there's even a group that wanted to kind of get together and go over anything with the book, would be more than happy to set that up. So just let me know. The other assignment that would be going on for this week is also, I have an article, and it's on Google Classroom, and I'll show you this stuff in Google Classroom here in a moment, entitled Math Murders. So there's an article that I would like you to read, and there's an ed puzzle that goes along with it that's very brief, just a couple points, but it's me kind of outlining what I want you to do with the analysis that takes place afterwards. That you're going to submit as a PDF file for Friday, April the 3rd. And so I have that PDF on Google Classroom, which you can download, open up in Notability, so you can write or type your responses. If you decide that you want to print out the PDF and handwrite your responses on that, I'm perfectly fine with it, where you can then take a picture of your response and just send it to me as a PDF. Just make sure that picture is legible so that I can read the handwriting and it's not really fuzzy or kind of grayed out. So for the assignments here, in the remote learning folder, and again, you'll get a new folder every week that'll have the dates listed here. I have an assignment list. So in this assignment list, I'll also put this video if you need to take a look at it again. But I have pretty much a short little kind of cheat sheet, what to do each day, or at least for the week, kind of chart here for the assignment, so that you can see, make sure that you do your Slaughterhouse 5 quiz for the first. That overview and analysis of Chapter 5, that Edpuzzle that I talked about, you can see here due February, April the 2nd. Now, if you want to submit this earlier, by all means, go ahead and do so, but this would just be kind of like a suggestion for me. The Math Murders Edpuzzle is me pretty much outlining the assignment and going through the article with you. It's a few points, 5 points for you to complete that Edpuzzle, but you'll see very quickly it's not a difficult one to do. So I would like you to do that by Thursday, and then the actual assignment, the handout for Math Murders, you would be able to reattach that and submit it by April the 3rd. And then the other assignment for April the 3rd would be that Invisible Man Brainstorm. So this would just be a little sheet for you to kind of take a look at every week so you know what's going on. One thing that also keep in mind is you're going to finish Slaughterhouse 5 for Monday, and so we'll do a quote quiz Monday of next week for the rest of the book. But you take a look in your remote learning folder here, you can see that here is your assignment for Edpuzzle, where you're going to go to Edpuzzle and be able to answer these questions. I think it was 9 or 10. Again, multiple choice, should be fairly easy for you to kind of answer with based on the discussion that we have going on about Slaughterhouse 5. And then the Math Murders Edpuzzle is about 20 minutes, where you'd be taking a look at the article and kind of reading along as I kind of outline some things with it. The article for Math Murders can be found right here. So you see, this is where the PDF is. It's a 4-page document. So the first 2 pages are the article itself, and then the next 2 pages are the actual analysis for it that would take place. So this is the part that you'd be able to answer in Notability, or if you want to print out your own copy, you would be able to do so. But you'll just reattach that here after you open it up. An individual copy has been made for everyone, so any edits that you make to this analysis, you'll be able to see it. And there really should already be one, I believe, in your Google Drive. But the dates are right here for those due dates. So you'll have your quiz for the first. You have the 2 Edpuzzles for the book and Math Murders on April the 2nd. And then you do have the Math Murders argument analysis to go. Notice, remember again, that also when you're on the stream page, this will show you all your upcoming assignments. And keep in mind that for Friday, it also would be that Invisible Man Brainstorm if you have not completed that already. For next week, just some things to kind of keep in mind. You're finishing the book for Monday. We'll do our quote quiz. We'll do kind of like a little study guide assignment, and then for Thursday of next week is when we're going to do our Google form test. And it looks like Sadie is here to say, oh, she's running away, to say goodnight to you, I guess. So I'll say goodnight to you. Hope you have a good night. Remember, for Thursday of next week, we're going to be taking the test during normal class period. So if that designated time does not work for you, make sure you let me know and we can schedule something else for you. All right? Hope everyone has a good one. Have a good night, and we'll talk to you later.